If you caught the very start of the show, you might be a little bit nervous about what happened on Super Tuesday, and you might be wondering what is going to happen in the future. Now, with Mike Bloomberg dropping out, it's absolutely crucial that Elizabeth Warren starts to put her vested interest, weight, power, energy, whatever you want to call it, if that's your thing, it's the energy. That energy has to go to Bernie Sanders. This just speaking... Sorry, I'm doing a Joe Biden right now. This just came out from the Washington Post. Warren, Sanders, allies scramble to find her an exit ramp. Top surrogates and allies of Senator Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders are discussing ways that their two camps can unite and push a common liberal agenda, with the expectation that Warren is likely to leave the presidential campaign soon, according to two people familiar with the talks. Even the fact that these talks are happening make me extremely excited. Deeply, deeply excited. This could be huge. The conversations, which are in an early phase, largely involve members of Congress who back Sanders, reaching out to those in Warren's camp to explore the prospect of Warren might endorse him. They are also appealing to Warren supporters to switch their allegiances to Sanders, according to two people with direct knowledge of the conversations who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss delicate discussions that are supposedly to be confidential. The whirlwind of activity reflects the rapid changes in a Democratic primary that is still very much in transition. As of late Tuesday, many Warren allies believed she would stay in the race until the Democratic convention, despite her very poor showing, very poor showing, abysmal showing, just garbage dumpster showing to date in the primaries, in hopes of retaining her clout and influencing the eventual nominee. But after Warren's bleak performance in Super Tuesday primaries, her associates, as well as those of Sanders and former Vice President Joe Biden, say she is now looking for the best way to step aside. There's no certainty that she will endorse Sanders or anyone else, but the talks reflect the growing pressure on the Massachusetts senator to withdraw. Warren campaign manager Roger Lau suggested Wednesday that she was considering that. Last night, we fell short of viability goals and projections. We are disappointed with the results. We are going to announce shortly that Elizabeth is talking with the team to assess the path forward. Warren and Sanders spoke on the phone Wednesday. Sanders told reporters in Vermont she has not made any decisions as of this point. He said, "It is important for all of us, certainly me, who has known Elizabeth Warren for many, many years, to respect the time and space she needs to make a decision. She has a strong campaign. She will make her own decisions in her own time." Liberal groups that endorse Sanders are now planning a conference call for Thursday, in part to discuss the impact of Warren's candidacy on the race and the potential impact of a withdrawal. Winning the backing of Warren, who began the race as the party's leader of the party's liberal wing, but later positioned herself as a uniter, would be a coup for either Sanders or Biden. For Sanders, it would help unify the liberal faction. And why do they keep using the word liberal? We're past this. Just say progressive. Unify the liberal faction and signal that he's very much still in the race for Biden. It would extend the recent push for the party's leaders who have rallied around him. Warren's status is a major wild card in a primary that appears to be settling into a protracted battle between Biden and Sanders. Other candidates with no clear path forward to the nomination have dropped out, but her aides say privately they had hoped Warren would stay in until the Democratic debate on March 15th. Warren may be the only female candidate to qualify for that debate. Her departure would leave two Democratic, essentially deciding the battle between two white men in their late 70s. It's true. After the party's last two presidential nominees were a black man and a white woman, her debate skills have been a high point of her campaign, showcasing her mastery of policy and her intellectual deftness, particularly in the Las Vegas debate where she verbally disassembled former New York Mayor Mike Bloomberg, arguably ending his campaign. No, he dropped out. And despite a string of disappointments finishing in the primary states, Warren continues to draw thousands of people to her rallies, including recent events in Seattle, Denver, Houston, and Detroit. Money, too, has continued to flow. Her campaign raised $29 million in February, compared with Biden's $18 million haul for the month. Warren has also has the support of a super PAC that's been airing $14 million worth of TV ads for her. Ooh. Here's an interesting thing, chat. If Elizabeth Warren endorsed Bernie Sanders and backed his campaign, and she used all the super PAC money and transferred it over to ads for Bernie Sanders, would you consider all of that to be bad? Would you say that that has broken the Bernie Sanders no super PAC promise? Would that be going back on that? Oh, Art House Politics is here. Hey, everybody, go sub to Art House Politics. I guess subbing on YouTube doesn't mean anything anymore, but Art House Politics is on Means TV, and he's fucking hilarious. We play Art House Politics in the candy section of the stream all the time. In fact, I may even place an Art House Politics video for some candy after. Yes, it does. Okay, so sorry. YouTube.com/arthousepolitics. He's fucking hilarious. Don't want her ads. Don't want her ads. That's salt. A light pack. What about? We were talking about no more crumbs, but what about just a crumb of super pack as a treat, as a little treat, everybody? Have we reached the touches and pitchforks portion of this reality yet? Invite you on stream. I didn't know you want to come on streams. Yeah, Art House. I would love to have you on stream. I would suck a big, masculine, stinky, veiny dick for my skin on there. Fair enough. Why not? I want her ads. She can do what she wants. Bernie doesn't have to ask for it. Yeah, as long as Bernie doesn't accept it. But what if the ads just trickled down? What if there's some trickle down economics going on? We speak of these things often, right? Clip that. Don't clip it. Don't clip any part of it. I don't want to be clipped. But the Democratic primary has been volatile from the outset, with candidates from Warren to Sanders to Biden to Senator Kamala Harris and Senator Amy Klobuchar, also known as Amy Klobuchar, surging at various points. Little more than a week ago, it seemed that Sanders might cruise to the nomination. Now it's Biden who has the momentum. In his email to staff Wednesday, Lau hinted at the fluidity of the potential reason for Warren to extend her campaign. The race has been extremely volatile in recent weeks and days, with front-runners changing at a pretty rapid pace. Warren likes to say her campaign is built for the long haul and often talks about wanting to stay in the race to avoid letting down her supporters, particularly thousands of little girls who she's met on the campaign trail. She often makes pinky promises with them that women should run for president. Aww. And on Tuesday, Warren voted in her home precinct, an elementary school in Cambridge. Young students dropped red and white rose petals on the second floor window as she walked by. They pressed against the window to catch a glimpse of her, and she waved at them after voting. But Warren has also been feigning that weird part to put in your article, that no real bearing on the story or what you're talking about, just strange reporting. This whole article, strange, weird Washington Post, just weird all around. But Warren has also been facing a mounting pressure from liberal activists and Sanders supporters to depart the race. They argue that she is hurting the Vermont senator by dividing the party's liberal faction, while Democrat centrists have coalesced behind Biden. Sanders also fell below expectations on Tuesday as Biden rolled up the big margins. Representative Ilhan Omar, a Sanders backer and leading voice on the left, said on Twitter, "Imagine if the progressive consolidated last night like the moderates consolidated. Who would have won?" Omar added, "That's what we should be analyzing. I feel confident a united progressive movement would have allowed for us to build together and win Minnesota and other votes we narrowly lost. Lost by Minnesota by 9 percentage points. Results low. Other left-leaning groups have pressuring her for weeks to depart. She should drop out of the race and endorse Bernie Sanders," said Matt Bruenig, founder of the People's Policy Project, a liberal think tank whose group has been pushing for her exit since the 4th place finish in New Hampshire. The question is how to prioritize that this is a progressive agenda is a more important thing than ever, or whatever it hopes I achieve to be staying in. The hashtag Warren Dropout was trending on Twitter on Wednesday. Warren's staff began sniping on Twitter, which they've largely managed to avoid, in a sign that the centralized power structure within the campaign is weakening. It is not clear that Warren would immediately or ever back Sanders. That's the problem. She stayed on the sidelines through the 2016 Democratic primary between Sanders and Hillary Clinton, eventually throwing her support behind Clinton in hoping to be selected as her running mate. How did that work out? Warren also met with Biden in 2015 as she was considering a presidential bid of his own. At the time, Biden floated the idea that they could join forces on the same ticket, but soon he decided not to challenge Clinton. As it became clear on Wednesday that Warren was seriously considering leaving the race, liberal groups became increasingly magnanimous. The decision on whether or not to drop out of her decision is her decision alone, said Charles Chamberlain, chair of the Democracy for America. "We do not think that anybody in the progressive movement should be calling on a woman, especially the last woman, to drop out. Representative Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii remains in the race but has not met the criteria." What is Tulsi doing? Chamberlain said he would urge the other groups backing Sanders to take a similar approach Thursday during the organization's conference call and respect a decision. So tomorrow that big conference call is taking place. Tomorrow is the day.
Hey you, yes, you. Do you like cozy environments with other wholesome people? Well then come join the Discord. It's got a whole bunch of stuff to help you with creative endeavors, such as stock footage, royalty-free music, and an amazing community of people looking to help each other out and uplift your content. Join the Discord now by going to weareserfs.com. That's weareserfs.com.
We would like to thank Miranda Marone. You are our monarch, and we thank you for our indentured servitude. We would like to thank our lords, Ricky Pilgrim, I'm Raft, Michaela Schmid, Tomospin, Ferrer Tajon. You are all the pillars of our organization. To our Knights of the Square Table, Paul Parafit, Daniel Kahn, Clement Chutskoth, Alan R., Josh Mickelson, and Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Cooper Pilot, Andrea Lynn Epperly, Dylan Bythe, Terry, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. And to our merchants, thank you for taking mercy upon us.